What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you saw the last video, you already know, man. January has been a very tough month for me. I'm very thankful that we are finally almost through this month. But regardless of how cruddy the fishing has been, the weather has been, the conditions and whatnot, we're still getting out here, baby. We're still getting after it. As you can see today, we've got another exceptionally low water level here in the marsh, as due to the high winds. But everything else does look pretty decent today. The winds are low for the first time in forever, and I'm hoping that we'll finally be able to get on a couple more fish. Ooh, man, very low water levels. I'm gonna go ahead and get through this stuff and try and get back to the back lake where I expect to do most of my catching. Man, looking at all of these wakes, guys. I know that's not my kayak.
Oh yeah, you spooked them.
Yeah, my lure spooked them.
Yeah.
I wonder if I should throw something lighter, maybe?
I don't know.
Just try and cast farther, maybe?
If you keep spooking them, then you might want to consider changing.
I was trying to cast past those guys, but I don't know, I'm just not great with the casting style reels. I think I have my brake turned all the way up because of how high the winds have been. And definitely spooked a bunch of reds right there. Paddle tail was just a little too loud, so just make a couple casts here. 30-minute timer, and then we'll move on if we don't have any luck.
Oh, look at them up ahead, son.
Over to the left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know the fish are here.
Well, there's 30 minutes. Not a single bite.
Yeah, just goes to show, like, they're in place, and it's not until we spook them they
Yeah.
decide to take off.
Yeah, no, they're out here. I just don't know why they're not biting. I mean, I literally spent nonstop all 30 of those minutes casting pretty much.
Yeah.
Besides changing my battery. It would be one thing if, like, my lure was spooking them. I would think, like, probably switch. But they don't give it a dang. Just swam past right here.
Oh, one just went past me?
I mean, he got spooked by me and swam off that way. This is just crazy, guys. I just got done capturing footage of me spooking a red back there. Non-stop been spooking them, man. Since I last made a update, we had spent 30 minutes casting, probably spent another about 20 minutes casting, close to an hour. And I mean, there's fish here. We've been spooking them, slowly moving through here. I've made some pretty solid casts on wakes that are moving, and no matter what I do, I cannot get these fish to bite the lure. I thought about maybe throwing these gulps, but after taking a whiff, they're super old, and I've had to kind of rehydrate them with the salt water, and it just washed away all their scent. So yeah, that just smells like a normal plastic. That's actually crazy. I'm so used to gulp stinking. Not really sure what to do. I guess we just kind of gotta keep casting. I've got Procure on and everything too, which is kind of, it's just blowing my mind, man. They really don't want to eat today. I don't know I know what's got these fish all out of whack, but I just didn't expect them to still be not wanting to eat. It's already been days since the freeze and the cold front. I'm starting to lose confidence in my lures because I've visually seen myself cast it right in front of them, and I've literally hit them with a spooked one by bumping into them, and they just don't want it. Procure, no Procure. Well, to update you guys, we've been here maybe another 20 minutes. And we've been casting. I've switched it up a couple times, but so far it's really been nothing but spooking a bunch of reds. Seen a ton of them. Unfortunately, I'm running out of options as far as lures go to throw at these guys. Thought about that gulp. I wanted to throw fish bites, but I took it out of my bag. And yeah, we don't have those. That's something that would normally work. So I'm stuck, man. I don't know. Comment down below. What do you guys do in this situation? Fish don't want to eat. You know they're there. I've literally seen them. Like, I saw a redfish swim right by. A bunch of them, actually. What's your go-to in this situation?
Picked up those 2 reds swimming.
Is that another dead fish, huh?
I want people where? Oh yeah. Goodness gracious! So that freeze got a hold of that.
Yeah, that looks like a red. I'm gonna go look at it. Let's see, is this one a redfish? That looks like a black drum. I'm trying to look at his tail. No, that's a black drum right there. You hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
I really can't tell. He doesn't have a dot on his tail and it looks like a little bit bigger, but it might be a red. Dang, there's another one over here.
Really? Oh yeah, I see it.
It might be 2. Holy crap.
Try not to move too fast because you're spooking them. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because they're not biting anyways.
I'm just exploring at this point. Well, dang, guys. There's...
Right here.
You're going which way?
Well, the horseshoe comes all the way back around.
I was just gonna go look at these fish.
That's fine. I'm gonna go towards the intersection. It's gonna get very shallow through there, okay?
Yeah, I wasn't planning on going all the way. I was just gonna look at the fish. That's why all these vultures are flying around.
Yeah, most I see one.
This freeze that we had, I mean, it was like a 2-day freeze, right? Got a vulture right there. This is already like the 5th.
Oh my gosh, there's tons of them, son.
Yeah, this is the 5th dead fish I've seen. There's 6, 7. I mean, these are all nice keeper size.
I wonder if the fish are out of whack right now.
That's what my concern. Because they're not eating, so something's like, I mean, they're just stressed out and they don't want to eat.
That's what I think. They're very stressed.
I'm trying to identify them. So far, it's all been redfish. And I think I saw one black drum. I really couldn't tell, though, because it might have just been a red that blew up when his body starts to decompose. Let's see what kind of fish we got right here. That is a massive fish. I mean, look at his head. Dude. That's one that's already been picked apart by a dang vulture. That's a redfish. Yeah, that's 100% a redfish. A nice sized one. Got another slot red over here. Oof. This guy stinks a lot. I mean, wow, look at that. It's a really nice fish. The body's already starting to decompose quite a bit. Another fish up here. Shoot, man. That's like 8, almost 10 fish now. Yeah, that's another red. All keepers, by the way. All keepers, like mid-slot fish. Nice fish. Those freezes are no joke. That's actually nuts. I mean, I've never seen redfish dead like that. Like, so many of them. They're usually the more hardy fish. You'll see the trout die off. Alright guys, so I wasn't recording, but as I was moving through here, look at this. So we had 8, I'm going to say 9. So there was 9, 10, 11, and these are dead, by the way. I'm like poking them to just make sure. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, so many dead redfish. And look at the size. I mean, these are nice fish, dude. I know I sound like a broken record right now, but I mean, this is seriously abnormal to me. Like, I don't understand what happened. This is not how the last freeze went. And the last freeze we had a couple years back was a lot longer. This was like a 2-day event. And something is seriously wrong. Well, this fishing trip has taken a turn for, I don't want to say the worst. Well, I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad. A bunch of dead fish. It's definitely weird, though. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll just keep exploring. Nothing really wants to bite, though. I'm not sure what our odds of catching fish are going to be today. Look at all those vultures circling over there. Alright, y'all, that is going to do it here for today's video. Not what I expected. Definitely not what I wanted to see. By the time we turned around, we had already seen like 31 dead redfish. And that's just in this one subsection of marsh. I mean, this marsh goes on for miles and miles. You can go down the intercoastal, and there's more marsh just like this. I can only imagine there's hundreds of dead redfish out here right now. All keeper size, all like mid to upper slot. And that really tells me one thing. It had to have been from the cold. Because normally if there's like a fish kill, right? I think back to the red tide that we had over at Surfside Beach. All the fish are dead. If they're getting poisoned, all of them are going to die. But when it's only really big fish like that, it kind of leads you to believe that, you know, there were some tough times, the freeze, and they couldn't survive because they just need too much, like, to sustain themselves. The smaller fish, they don't need as much to survive, so they can kind of thug it out. But those big fish, man, they just, you know, too big to survive. So it was definitely the freeze. Still kind of throws me off a little bit. You know, last year or a couple years ago when we had our freeze, I didn't see any dead redfish. So I'm thinking that these guys literally got stranded back here. Because when we had the freeze and we had the cold front, there were like 3 or 4 days of just extremely high winds, and north winds to be particular. And when you get those north winds, it blows out all of the water from the marsh. So I'm assuming, you know, the water got cold, they wanted to leave, but they couldn't because the water levels are too low. And they just died, which really sucks. But yeah, man, I don't know. You guys comment down below if you've ever seen a redfish kill like this crazy. I'm not sure how common these freezes are. This is the second one that I've experienced since I've started fishing. I don't know if that's something that used to happen a lot in the past, but it seems like these annual freezes are really starting to take a toll on fish out here. You know, last year with the trout, or I keep saying last year, you know, years prior when we had that last freeze, the trout, and now we're seeing the effects of that. They're cutting the limit down to 3 fish. Seeing all these dead reds from the freeze. What's up with these freezes, man? I don't know. I've been ranting at this point. It's one of those days where, I don't know, it's just weird, man. I don't know. Weird video, weird experience out here today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you maybe learned something. I don't know. I mean, it's not all doom and gloom. Black drum are going to be here soon for the drum run. That gives us an opportunity to go catch something else. Leave the marsh alone. Let these guys get back to normal. Start feeling better again. I think things will turn around. It's been a rough month here in January. Hopefully you guys did better than me. Hopefully February is a better month. Either way, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's day. Peace.